Okay, now we're
Oh
recording.
my god.
All right, we got it.
You almost missed my first clap.
We got it.
Are you sure we're recording?
Yes.
Okay.
This is
Don't
good.
worry,
Recording. Jesse's first clap.
Later.
Wow,
Beautiful.
that was
Guys,
great.
Crisp. Beautiful. All
It
right.
must have felt so good.
It did. It was actually quite fulfilling.
All right. Well,
Welcome to episode 3 of the Disaster Cast.
episode 3. Here we are.
I'm Jesse Godfrey.
I'm Michael Crocker, and joining us today we have.
Chris Osornio.
And Renee Lavoie.
Yep. So
Off to a roaring start.
Oh, yeah.
We
no.
definitely didn't
Tremendous,
take
guys.
a good hour
It was
setting
an
up.
hour. It was an hour.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
okay.
probably-
We've lived up
Yeah.
to
It was
the
a
name
good hour.
already, so we're fine.
Guys, I think it was more than an hour.
It might have been, but it's all right. It's okay.
Yeah,
All in
we're
good fun.
recording
Oh, yeah.
now.
All in good fun.
We got a good. I can't read that.
It's a minute. We have
I
a minute.
meant like how much longer.
Oh,
does
we
it
have an
say?
hour. We have an
Okay,
hour.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
be stuck with us for another hour.
Good.
Sounds good.
Chris,
Hi.
you, me, Jesse, we had intro to film together,
Yes, we did.
and Renee. I think we've through
We
like all
were
the
in
like,
something.
Yeah, we had-
we had something together.
we had like 3 classes together.
I know.
And, like,
how did
I-
this happen? We never really.
I've talked to you like a
spoke.
total of like 3 times.
I know.
But I'm glad you were both here
Yeah.
with us to
Glad
talk
we're
about.
finally.
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, that we're actually talking. Yeah.
Appreciate you guys having us on.
I
Yeah, of course.
I kind of wish it was just me and you. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Thank
don't tell
you.
them that. They don't know
Yeah,
that.
they don't know that.
Yeah.
They can't hear us.
to
through
be
the mic.
honest,
Yeah.
I kind of just walked in because I was told to.
It's just
Bowen came to you and like, you need to.
He's just like, hey, do him a solid.
Yeah.
do us solid.
Um,
Nobody really wants to join them. Like, you just go in there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that's
Nah,
not the
it's
case.
all in good fun.
You could just call us the pity
love
party.
you guys.
The
Yeah.
pity party. I'm gonna do this real quick.
It
fell out.
We're not audible.
Just speak real quick.
Hello. How are you?
Chris, you speak.
Words.
Words.
Okay, you guys. All right, you guys are fine. Just making sure. So
making sure.
before we get into talking about your guys' project this semester, let's talk about why we're here.
Yeah. Let's
So-
talk about it.
So
Why are we all here?
why are we in
Why
com-
is anybody here?
why are we in
real life?
comm arts,
Mhm.
and why are we in advanced film production? Let's start with the guests. Whoever wants to go first.
Chris, you wanna?
Oh, sure. Yeah, why not? So I am here because I want to, like, are you just asking, like, why am I in school or why am I in this class?
A little bit of both. I think
Okay.
like I don't want to say like what do you want to be when you grow up, but
But what do I want to be when
yeah,
I
what do you
grow
want to be
up?
when you grow up? Yeah.
Well, I want to be a creative director for movies and video games.
Mhm.
My biggest goal is I want to make like a big cinematic like universe per se. Whether or a video game universe, something like I would just want to make something that's cool. Really big fan of fantasy and like a really big fan of Lord of the Rings, things like that.
Mhm.
And I just really like writing and acting and making things, so I just want to be able to do that. Hopefully get picked up by something or help someone else make their own dream.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, for me, it's really a lifestyle. I feel like it's a lifestyle. It's like film. It's you're constantly just living essentially in your own little kind of fantasy world. You get to bring it to life, and you get to kind of go to places that you could never possibly go to in real life. For myself personally, I've been an actress since my sophomore year in high school, and I have never looked back. And I have been writing since my freshman year in high school. And I grew up in a family with, my dad is an absolute film junkie,
Mhm.
and honestly, I don't know why he's not teaching a film class, because he knows everything about every movie ever. And that's all we'll do at home, is we'll always like just talk about films. We'll like analyze them, and it's just, I think imagination has always just been like a mega part of my life. I've always wanted to make films, I think, deep down inside. And I mean, I'm in advanced film because I'm hoping maybe it'll kind of open the experience gateway and kind of get me used to independent filmmaking, because that's hopefully the plan.
I'm going next.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're going next.
Yeah.
All right. So really, I joined because I started I've always watched like a bunch of different TV shows, movies as a kid, and they like helped me get through a lot of so I sort of like gravitated, like at first I went into like the arts and I like did graphic design, photography, and then I sort of slowly got into film. And now like I kind of in the future would like to have my own like small studio, like sort of with my friends almost if I could.
That's
Yeah.
the dream.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And like eventually if I ever could, I'd want to direct a Marvel movie or something with Disney.
That would be yes,
That'd be
something with
so
Disney.
cool.
I
Right?
agree. Oh my
Like
gosh.
I don't
yes.
even care what it would be, but like just something at Disney I feel like would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That's a good dream.
All right.
Yeah, I wish you the best of luck. I wish us all the best of luck.
Yeah.
I don't
My,
wish you the best of luck.
yeah.
No, I wish you the best of luck. But,
For me, I'm in advanced film production because Bowen was like, Bowen was like, we need people in this class, and you were really good at intro to film, and I was like, okay, so
Alright.
I'm taking this as an elective, and
What we're all like, guys, film is amazing.
No,
like, here we go.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's why I'm in the class. Why I'm in comm arts is because I really enjoy writing. I haven't written in a while, but I really enjoy writing. Like scripts or just stories in general. I like making the universe. I like making the characters. I like doing all that stuff. I like being creative.
Yeah.
So like maybe a screenwriter or something like that in the future. Like I don't know, or something with video games. I'm with you. That's all I do. I just like I
Write
play
a
video
story
Oh my
for like a
gosh.
video game.
That's the dream. That's
Yeah.
my dream. That's my dream.
I feel you.
Now I have a question about that. Have
Sure.
you guys played Undertale, Deltarune, anything like that?
I started
Yes.
Undertale, haven't beaten it.
Oh my gosh, play it. I'm
I have-
absolutely addicted to it, and that is the reason I agree. I would be all for that, like writing.
Undertale is genius. I think
It really is.
the writing. I don't know how many people worked on it. A lot of people worked
I
on
think
it.
One.
Toby
There's
Fox
one
was
person.
the
Toby
only
Fox is
writer.
the only person.
Well, he was the main person,
He's
but
the only
I-
writer.
yeah, he was the only writer,
Yeah.
and the dialogue in that game
Oh
and the
my
stuff
gosh, it's-
written. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just the one person here. I've
hasn't played it?
never played it.
Well, now you
should.
know.
You should. It is.
Yo,
it is
yeah,
very good.
We're on the
Yeah.
same boat because I've only done the first few levels of it.
All
to be
right,
honest.
all right.
It is
gosh.
very good. It's like so creative and so
It really
fun and so
is.
nice.
It's
Oh
just-
my gosh, it's so full of heart.
It feels
Yeah.
like a Tim
Wow.
Burton kind of world.
It does,
It literally
yeah.
does, especially with all this, with like sands and papyrus and all
Oh my
that.
gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
Has anybody played the new God of War?
I have. That was
No.
awesome.
God of War, an amazing story.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you like,
It went.
it
from-
was like cinematog.
Oh yeah.
Like
No, it was cinematic.
it was. Oh my god, I couldn't even think of it. It was like very cinematic, but
Mm-hmm.
like just the story, like even taking away like how nice the game looked, like
Yeah.
the story was
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, in the other God of Wars, it was just I'm mad, and then it was just
And
like
slash.
and and
Mad
slap
and
and stuff. And
slash.
in this game, he has like the whole thing with his son,
Literally.
and like it's just like Kratos was like this huge God of War, and now he's like this old man. He's taking care of his
Yeah,
kid.
I
He's
like
like, what are
this.
you doing?
True, but at the
You
same
know?
time, he'll just whip.
Oh
that
yeah, no,
axe
he's
and
yeah,
be
he's
like,
no, he's
back.
still awesome.
All right, I don't know if you're ever gonna play this
I guess
game.
this is
Oh,
also
ask-
I'm not into
ask
war
if she-
games.
Okay, well, it's not like a war game.
Well, God of War.
Um,
I
but
don't know.
It's an action game.
It's an
to be
action
honest.
game.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Action
potentially
hack
then.
and slash.
it has an amazing story. Like if you like
Yeah.
story-driven games, like
Oh,
that
it's-
is a
it's
good
great,
game
yeah,
for you.
no.
Okay, okay,
It's
yeah,
really
then I
good.
will check it out because I've been looking for another one.
Okay, the ending. I don't want to say like ruin anything, but the ending.
Oh, and
the
then
thing you learn.
So good.
yeah.
I can't wait for the second game now. Like I want to know what happens.
Did you ever go back to the house?
No, not yet.
So go back to the house because there's a part you're missing. That's not that full ending. Did you ever go back to the house?
No.
Oh yeah.
I have
so-
to go back to the
yeah,
house.
I guess
now.
I
Go
have
back
to
to the
too.
house. It's
Oh my
like there's like an
God.
extra thing at the end.
Really?
Renee's
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
It
Wait.
sounds
'Cause
amazing
we're-
though, honestly.
So it's like right after you go to the mountain thing.
Yeah.
You basically go back to the house, and then it's gonna set up another cinematic.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. And you're just gonna be like, oh, cool.
I guess it's like an Easter egg.
Yeah, I guess so. Well,
Yeah, they don't ever tell you. They're just like.
Because I
now
just
you-
stopped after. I was actually gonna do like the hardcore mode, Like, I forget what it's called.
It's like, yeah. It's
Probably
Yeah.
like God.
God, yeah,
God mode, maybe.
war mode, or something.
But, because I guess
Kratos
it's, like,
mode.
even harder than the normal one. But, like, I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no, I
just
thought about
just
that.
to play the story again. Like, I was thinking about, like, when the second game comes out right before it, just beat the first one again.
Smart
That's a
move.
good idea, yeah.
You can actually get the Infinity Gauntlet in God of War 2.
What?
Yeah, one of the items that they added,
What?
it's a gauntlet that has, I think it has up to, it's 3 slots and it's 2 right here and then 1 in the
Oh my
center,
God,
but they
that's
model it after
amazing.
the Infinity Gauntlet. And it says like the gauntlet of something. It's like, it's not the gauntlet of infinity, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
God.
It's
I
just
love
hard to
God of
find.
God of War is great. And speaking of God of War, let's get into our first big topic, our first real topic, politics.
Oh my gosh, what?
Just what we needed.
I've made that joke every single podcast so far.
I love that.
And I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay. you're like, wait.
That just,
Why the
like,
politics?
he just had like the biggest like, oh God. And then when you said, I'm kidding, he's like, oh. Nice.
No, let's
Not again. Can't do the politics.
Let's talk about your guys' project for the class,
Okay.
because we've had Zach on here.
We talked about God of War.
Who we've also talked about God of War. We've had Zach on here, who his project was the horror film.
Yes.
And you guys are having a very similar project, which is a horror type series with a Twilight Zone-esque
Yes.
thing. So I don't want to explain. You guys explain it.
So probably more on the side of suspense rather than horror.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
That's
psychological.
Not, yeah,
Yeah.
psychological type stuff. That's not to say that we wouldn't delve into horror.
Mhm.
Like there's just a bunch of different ways that we could go with this.
Mhm.
And with the first one, it's more of like a suspense because you don't ever see the villain per se.
Right.
So it's like all up for your imagination.
Mm.
Yeah. Like
Can
Fear
you
of the
give us
Unknown.
any like hints about the first episode?
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you want to give like a basic like try not to give too much away, but
Yeah. No. If
Yeah.
there's something you don't want to give away, then don't.
Like maybe
No, I
just
gotcha.
like I don't know if you guys have like
The ending.
I'll read.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
the
no, no.
ending.
Here's what I'll read
the
to you
last
guys.
3 lines.
Oh, I was gonna read to you guys the intro to it. And
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's having a dream, so I can literally.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta find.
All right, now everybody close your eyes. We'll turn off the lights. Just really picture it.
it's a radio show.
It's already-
I just want to get that closer.
Fade in. Interior. Words. Interior. John's head. Night. John Stritt's hands clutch the lone sink, water overflowing the sides. Stritt coughs with obvious water and cloggage in his throat, choking, gasping in desperation for some sort of air passage, but it is out of reach. Please stop, he coughs.
Not gonna lie, I thought you
You're
were
talking to me.
literally
Yeah.
talking to us. I was like,
What do we do?
Guys, everything. You did
Yeah.
everything.
But and then his head goes right back into the sink. And so that's the first scene of the thing.
And then he
Okay.
wakes up.
Yeah,
Mm.
out
he
of bed.
wakes up
Yeah.
out of bed like in a nightmare.
Right.
You said cloggage and I got stuck on it again.
Yeah, when we were writing that, she was just like, "It needs to be this word." I'm
Because
like,
it sounds
"Alright."
right. It sounds like when you're like clogging like a toilet,
Yeah.
like your mouth. Like it sounds like cloggage in your throat.
I get you.
But yeah, the first episode is basically about this guy moves to and he's a college student. He moves to a small town, one of those kind of off the beaten path kind of
Mm-hmm.
places, and all of a sudden he starts having these nightmares and he starts hearing voices.
And it's all linking to water.
Yeah.
He was like walking away. He was walking out of his house on his way to school,
Mm-hmm.
and like he just notices something he's never noticed before.
Yeah.
And he starts to hear things after that, and like it didn't originate from that. It originated from the dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't give anything away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But I would say that if you were to put any mind to the entity, I would say like it's very Lovecraftian.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you like H.P. Lovecraft, this first one's gonna be cool,
I do.
solid.
Yes.
And the first script, we both did write it, but this is Chris's story.
Okay.
The next episode that I'm planning on doing, I have a couple options. One is either a classic two people in a room. It's like a boiling pot. Let's see when it overflows.
Right.
And both of them are dying because one has poisoned both of them.
Oh.
And these are their last moments together.
One of
And-
them is tied up, by the way.
Yes, one of them is tied up. They're both poisoned. They are hashing out any drama that basically caused the onset of let me poison both of us.
poison.
Reasonings, things like that.
Yeah, so that's a potential, and the other potential is, it's hard to explain. I'm basically going to say it is kind of a personification of an eating disorder. Like, it's using anorexia as the monster, kind of, but like also a domestically unhealthy relationship.
Right.
So there's a couple options. I'm not sure which, but we're gonna have the first episode going into production as of hopefully maybe next week.
Yeah,
maybe?
hopefully
Really?
we're
Yeah.
planning
That's
to
awesome.
start shooting by next week. 'Cause
Yeah.
That is
our
awesome.
script's done.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Just
I
gotta
guess
go
that makes
through
sense.
it slightly.
It seems like a lot of the groups are starting soon, like
Yeah.
next week, because like I think Bowen said Studio B is starting next week.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, the horror script is there for Zach and
Didn't they
Yeah.
already start? I thought they did.
I know
No,
their script is done.
Not yet, because
but-
I get to be murdered. So
Oh.
I'm really excited. I get to.
I get to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like, who wants to kill Renee? And we're like, well,
I'll do it.
Is that really what they said?
yeah, that's it.
That's so funny. So, when are you guys gonna act?
Was it one of us?
Oh,
I-
yeah.
She was like, do either of you want to act? And we were both like,
Guys, do it, please.
I mean-
yeah,
Someone
no,
needs
no,
to murder me.
We haven't. Well, have you read it?
I read a little of it. Like I
I didn't. I'll just be
It's even
completely real.
correct.
I did not. I did not.
It's even
Um,
correcting it to blockage.
I didn't
Listen,
really
it's
like
garbage.
I know.
That's
like
really
I
cool.
kind of started to read it, and then I'm not gonna lie, I started playing Call of Duty.
Oh, Jesse.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Reasonable
Jesse.
call. Wait, what were you trying to read?
The
script.
horror script.
Yeah.
Zach and whoever her name
I
is.
have really bad procrastination.
But honestly, that new Call of Duty.
It,
Lauren.
right? They just
Lauren.
put out season 2.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I already got that battle pass.
Rust?
Dude.
I love Rust.
I got Rust issues. Calm
a
down.
Rust issue.
Is this
right?
COD talk?
It is.
Is this COD talk? The
What,
sidelines
you don't
COD
have a
talk?
rip cod?
I've ripped COD in the past.
Then rip cod. Like what?
What is going on? Okay.
You never heard of that term?
No.
Play for
Rip?
multiple hours of Call of Duty. It's called ripping.
Is that ripping?
Yeah,
I thought ripping was like you rip a fat joint.
Oh,
Is that what it is? Renee's like, what is happening?
It's just
we
right
were
over.
going. We were from Call of Duty. Are we
I
MLG
mean,
Pro?
it's COD.
Is
That's
this
kind of
not-
the same, right? It's kind of the same thing.
Not
COD.
wrong.
Anyways, getting back on top.
Yes.
I just
Back to the
Fat.
film.
Listen, we don't condone that. We can't smoke in this room, and no one ever has.
We gotta make a blooper
that we
reel
know
with
of.
all this, please.
Oh, we will. Yeah, no. This is
sure
this is all
nap in this room,
this is
but-
all staying in, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
napping
yeah.
in this room would probably be great.
Yeah. Honestly, it's so quiet.
well
It's
now
probably really warm.
it would be
A
great.
nap in this room. We've now that we've fixed it up, it was gross before. We had to like
Yeah.
vacuum
Oh my gosh.
everything.
We vacuumed. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Jesse brought in his vacuum and we
Yeah,
vacuumed.
this is
Oh
like
my gosh.
good.
Yeah, there was
This is our spot.
This is good.
there was
It is
like
good.
razor blades in here and
yeah,
stuff.
there
Really?
were.
Yeah,
we picked
yeah.
up a few.
I was surprised there wasn't a needle or something.
Yeah.
Oh my
like, if I'm gonna be
gosh.
honest,
It's
it-
Framingham State.
Oh,
But what's in
no.
the bucket?
we all
That
know.
could be from you.
We have no clue. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
all
Wow.
outtakes. All outtakes.
oh.
What's in the bucket?
That could be a whole episode within itself, guys. What's in the
bucket?
bucket?
What's in the bucket?
Just all the
What?
possibilities
You
of
just
what's in
yell
the
out,
bucket.
what's in the
What's
bucket?
in the bucket? We go around and ask people, hey, what do you think's in the bucket?
In the end, we
Put
bring
your
it
hand
to
in the
like
bucket.
the science
Put your
department.
hand and
like,
touch
can you
it.
test
Oh,
this?
That's
what's
a
in the
genius.
bucket?
We
I don't
bring,
know, but it's
we bring
moving.
it to Hemingway Labs, and we're like, what is in here? And
We
they're
just start pouring chemicals.
they're like, they're like, we're trying to dissect a frog. Like,
Yeah, we're trying to find out what's in the bucket.
Yeah.
What's in it?
Oh,
But a
but
puppy. Like there's nothing else in it. It's just a bucket and there's a puppy and you're like, yo, what's in the bucket?
What's in the bucket?
all right. Going back to your idea
Yes.
though,
Right.
I love the idea of like the anthology style.
Yeah.
So what you guys are, all right, we're done with the bucket, Jesse. But like what you guys are doing with like every episode is something new. It really stretches like what you guys can think of creatively, and I love that because I love like this episode's about this thing, this episode's about something completely different, new characters, everything, and I am excited because I love that style of things.
Thank you. Yeah, I think honestly I agree. I think it kind of opens our horizons a little bit, and we're not like stuck to one thing.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah,
It really helps open up our eyes when looking at a project because it's just like it makes you look at things new and fresh. Because like if we were to try and go everything off of like the first episode, it'd be kind of hard because we would have to like maintain keeping the same characters.
Yeah,
we'd have to create like this big world, and instead we can kind of just have like little small condensed worlds, and we can focus on the characters at hand, and they don't have to have any other story after.
That's a good point.
Pretty much.
Have you ever seen like Love, Death,
I have
Love, Death, Robots?
Yeah,
Love, Death, Robots. Oh, Renee, you're so out of the loop.
I've heard of it though.
It's
what
so
I feel like we should do, I wouldn't mind having my laptop open for YouTube and just like show a clip of what that is if you guys are
It's up to you, yeah. We could always put something in after or something.
That
is like what the TV's supposed to be for.
Yeah, I forgot an HDMI cable. I mean, I could run and get one from the tech.
We're 20 minutes
You
in.
guys should just ask me next time because I have those all in my room.
If you have an extra, that would be totally amazing.
Just to leave in here.
Yeah.
Like we've left Bowen's extender. Extension cord.
Did he want that back?
Yeah. I went and talked to him, and he was like, "Where's the extension cord?" I'm like, "It's in the room." And he's
It's
like,
in the room.
and he was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Do you want it back?" He was like, "Yes, but it's fine."
So that's not a full.
It's not a full no. That's not a no. Yeah, Love, Death, and It's basically like an anthology of a ton of
You should
different stuff.
show her. The Ice Age one was probably my favorite.
I'm just showing her the Red Band trailer to it, so it's just like everything.
Yeah, which one was the Ice Age one?
So they open up the fridge.
Oh,
that they
okay, yeah.
That
was the good one. That was the good one.
That
So like
or
some are animated and
the
some
one
are
of the
not.
3 robots.
That was a good one too. Yeah. Oh man, what a good
like
show. Season 2 is coming by the way.
robots
Oh
at the
my
end
God.
of,
Yeah, that was confirmed a
after all the
while
humans are
ago.
gone.
Wait,
And they're just
I just
walking
love
around.
the way that one starts.
Wow.
The
But,
freak
like,
one
yeah,
or the
you see
robots?
that-
The
That's all
3
the
robot ones.
Yeah.
Because it starts
Yeah.
with like just the skull being crushed.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we're lost, aren't we?
Let me.
Here, wait. I wanna show.
Damn, that's cool. See, I never knew that they did that in the trailer, where they did like a grid
So, wait.
of all of
Oh
the
yeah, they did a
episodes.
grid of everything. Yeah, it does look cool.
This is how this episode.
We're just
starts.
showing Renee everything. Look at this. Here's mine too.
So many screens.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show her the beginning.
You gonna start at the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean,
we don't have that much time,
dissect the
Jesse.
whole episode.
We have 35 minutes.
We got 35 minutes.
We got 35 minutes.
That's
I don't know. Is that enough?
no, that is funny.
We have what?
We got plenty of time. There was one point we were watching Cheetahs.
That was. Look how many topics we have. Oh, that's my.
Where are we at?
We're here.
Oh gosh. Okay. Here. Wait.
Wait. Can we
Wait,
talk about
what?
how the Division 2 is $3?
Hold on.
Please.
This.
Because this gives you just sort of like an introduction to like how this show is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the one I was talking about.
We are fucking lost.
Oh my god.
We're just past the Ravaged Church. There is the Blood Pit.
Yeah, no, it's a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
And it's just so nonchalant about
I
Every-
know.
yeah,
And
ev-
each episode is just totally different.
Yeah, and it's different. It's different animators, different
Yeah.
Yeah,
voice
I was
actors,
seeing
it's
on
everything.
the ad. It looks
Yeah.
like some are completely like live action, some are
There was, like, a
mixed,
few
and
live
some
Yeah,
are
there was like
completely
2 or
animated.
3 live action. A lot are animated, and it's
Yeah.
just so. Good.
I think
so
it's
good.
actually only the Ice Age one is
That might
live
be
action.
which is like half and half.
Oh my god, we started because I remember we got through like me and my friends were watching it and we got through most of it and we got to the Ice Age and we were like,
Is this the same show?
no, we literally looked at it and we were like, this is really good animation.
Yeah,
like holy sh**.
when it's live action.
Like
Oh.
I just was like skulking around. This is an AMV of it, but it's clips from it, and it's just like, that's a face. Like that's a really
Right.
detailed.
Oh, that's the
face.
werewolf one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good.
Huh.
It just looks cool.
Yeah, no, it's a good show.
I literally thought the Ice Age one was animated at first, just really well done.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
Love
oh, no,
that.
that's live action.
So, getting back on our topics, should we talk about modern day horror versus classic horror?
I have so much to say about that. Oh my gosh. So, honestly, even just like Hollywood in general is so different. It's
Yeah.
so different.
Yeah.
Because you think back to like the early side of the 1900s, and it's absolute like pinnacle of glamour for everything, and everything is so romanticized and fancy and lavish and real. I feel like it's very real, and you can
Yeah.
tell, and it's very raw. And as time went on, I feel like everything really changed.
Yeah.
Like, with the
The market changed.
The market
you know,
changed,
because
yeah.
like people, they realized at first, people went to films and movies and theaters because they just wanted to go and they wanted to see a movie. And movie companies, they didn't really have like competition with themselves because no matter what they put out, people were gonna go see it.
Yeah.
But nowadays, if you watch a trailer or whatever, you're like, I don't want to watch it. But you
Yeah.
just don't go to it anymore.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there
it's-
Or
weren't
you-
trailers for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I think it's just crazy if you look at like the Universal Monster classic films and stuff like
Mhm.
like the original Dracula and
Yeah.
Frankenstein and the Wolfman.
Yeah.
And the Invisible Man, which that's coming
Redoing.
out.
They
at the end
are,
of this
yeah, they are
month.
redoing that. That looks odd.
Kind of mad that Johnny Depp's not playing the Invisible Man.
I
anymore.
know.
But like,
Oh my gosh, he would have been
To
so
each their
good.
own.
I love Johnny Depp. He's fantastic. But
yes.
I think it's just
Jack
it's so
Sparrow.
crazy. Like, yeah, I know. You go from like the Universal Monster Classics, which
Mhm.
I feel like were so much about these. It's not just a monster. It's like the monster. Like,
Yeah.
these monsters were iconic, and
Yeah.
I feel like we've gotten to the point where pumping out so many so fast.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of the monsters are very like, I don't know what's the word, like
Generic.
anonymous. I guess
Yeah,
generic,
yeah,
like-
generic, anonymous. Like I think
Yeah.
any of those words can really describe it because like it's
Yeah.
it's a lot like let's just put something out there
Yeah.
and then if people like
We're
it, they
gonna
like
make
it.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it because it's all about money. When it down
Oh my gosh.
when you get down to it, that's what it is.
It's really disheartening. I feel like there are some really good gems though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's just-
I would say for modern day like horror
Yeah.
especially like the monster aspect of it. I think a good example is probably A Quiet Place.
Quiet
Oh,
Place.
It's
yeah.
I haven't
monsters.
seen A Quiet Place yet.
I actually haven't either,
Oh,
but
really?
like I've seen the monsters and I know the
Yeah.
whole thing about the monsters, and
Yeah.
I think it's really unique and it's really well done. And it's like
Yeah.
even
But
if you
when-
have something that isn't well done, or no, that isn't unique, if it's well done, then
Yeah.
it can go really well.
Have you seen
Yeah.
the sequel trailers to that for Quiet Place 2?
Yeah, we
We-
we watched a little
tried
bit of it. We
watching
tried
it.
watching it on here, but it does it looks good.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
I definitely like the whole design of the creatures themselves, especially when you see them in the movies.
Yeah.
I know we talked about when you go and see if you saw The Quiet Place
Yeah.
in theaters.
We talked about
it's
this.
really awkward.
Seen
Because
the
Because
monsters?
it's literally the whole movie is very silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you hear everything.
Yeah, so like I had a friend who went and he was like, yeah, he brought like a big thing of popcorn, soda, and everything,
Oh.
and like for a majority of the movie,
Place.
for the majority of the movie, it is dead silent. Like
Yeah.
like the film, there's just no audio.
Yeah.
So like he would just be, and then like you could hear
Oh my
everyone. So
gosh.
everyone had to sit like dead still.
Yeah.
And like if everyone coughed, it's like who did that? Who coughed? You know? And so, but like that's like an experience that like
I actually saw it in theaters.
yeah
And
was it like that?
it was like that, but I feel like it was everyone was quiet.
Yeah.
So
You didn't have one of those noisy
no, I
theaters.
didn't.
No.
I had like actually a really good quiet audience around.
Got the baby crying
Was it
in
to
the
where
back.
Yeah.
is
I
it one
had-
of those where like you could hear the white noise in the background
Yes.
of it? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and
Then that's good.
The
Yeah,
thing
that is
though,
good.
Quality.
Yeah.
they
yeah.
had it blasting so loud so that you could hear those
Those
when
little-
it was loud, it was loud.
Yeah.
Like, it hurt my ears. I was
Yeah.
like, this is insane.
Yeah.
But it was pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Like when
no.
you do see it in the theater. Like as far as horror films go, I actually really didn't like that one too much. Just because
Really?
I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's one of the first horror films of this age
Yeah,
that I
this
feel like
era.
are almost mainstream. Like it was kind of a mainstream horror film, and
I
felt
agree with
that.
that. Yeah.
yeah,
I get that.
I think the reason
It
why
really was mainstream. Yeah.
I think that's also sort of because of the director. with
Oh,
the
I'm
actor.
sure.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
John Krasinski. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
dude's nuts. I love
he's-
him.
I
Dude,
love
Jack
him.
Ryan,
Yeah.
he's
But,
fighting
like,
aliens.
He's
like,
crazy.
what?
He was like
Gosh.
Jim, and then after he was Jim, he was like, I want to be everything.
I
Yeah.
wanna
And then he
do
just started doing
everything.
everything.
You
He
know,
just
I
Because
didn't
couldn't-
even,
everybody started
like-
watching The Office again, so he was just like, I have the funds to do what I want.
yeah.
I can be me.
yeah, yeah.
Oh God.
And that's like good for him.
Yeah.
Like I think that the film, like I can agree. Like even if you didn't like it as much as like other people, I think that it accomplished something that a lot of horror films could never do, especially
Yeah.
in this time. Which is, it was like a unique experience that like
Yeah.
you would watch it and you'd be like, oh, this is different. You know,
Yes.
like.
Well-
And I think that ties back into like the classic, because
Yeah.
people would go in and they'd be like, whoa, and I feel like
this is scary.
Yeah.
And this was scary.
Yeah,
I do have to
exactly.
say that technically, like the technical side of things,
Mhm.
I'm very impressed.
Mhm.
Very impressed. And I'm really
Yeah.
happy that they're kind of trying to bring a little bit of silent film back. I'm kind of
yeah.
really liked that. But I don't know. It was really, it's hard to explain for me because it's just something about, I don't know if it's because they used some of the actors were very big.
Yeah.
Like John and like, I don't remember her name.
The
Emily
yeah,
Blunt.
the support. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Like-
Two huge actors.
Yeah, so I think because they used big actors, and I think that the way it kind of looked to me
Mhm.
was just so modern that I was like, I don't know, just the whole feeling. I don't know, but
Yeah.
technically, it was really
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I-
Sound design was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's very impressive that they can have a movie like almost entirely silent
Yeah.
and like still have you like entertained the entire
Yeah.
time.
It won a bunch of awards. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
just like a few people. It was like
Yeah.
parts of the nation were going for
Yeah,
this
no.
movie.
Everyone was like, "You see a Quiet Place? You see a Quiet Place?" Like.
Yeah.
It-
That was the
you know.
thing. It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's just the day and age that we live in. To be honest, like, you can't watch anything or
Have you seen
play
Endgame?
anything.
You
Oh
know?
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
like-
literally
I
like
saw
everybody
Endgame.
asks if you've already seen it.
Yeah.
and,
Have you seen this? What'd you think of that? Like, you haven't seen it? What's wrong with you? You know,
Yes!
like.
But a lot of the time, half of these movies that ended up coming out are all like cookie cutters of things that we've already seen.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's
I don't
killing
know.
me, the remakes. I'm so done
Yeah.
with remakes.
Yeah.
But, like,
so done.
I think that's why so many indie film directors or indie directors are just like getting so much more spotlight. Because like I don't know if you guys saw
Yeah.
Midsummer or
we talked about Midsummer
yeah, I
last.
saw it.
So-
It just
it's a gross movie. Like,
Yeah.
I won't lie. That
Yeah,
movie's
no.
disgusting.
I've heard it's.
But,
just,
like,
yeah.
Hence, I have not seen
But it
that
was
one.
as someone who appreciates movies, I see that as a
Yeah.
good movie.
No. I've
'Cause it's
I've
something
heard it
that
was
hasn't been-
fantastic. I heard,
Yeah.
but I also heard you just don't want to see it.
Because
Yeah.
it's
'Cause-
so, it's
'cause
so
it's-
grotesque
yeah.
that you just sit there and you feel sick to your stomach, low key.
My friend
I-
got
I
out of
think-
it and he was like no. he was like no.
Yeah. Well, because you like I don't know if you guys are gonna see it or do you guys care?
Honestly,
if
I
bring up a
probably
scene in
won't
it?
just because it's.
It's like cult. It's like cult
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's,
Well-
are you talking about like the ending? 'Cause
Well,
I'm
not only the ending. There's literally a scene where like you just see two old people kill themselves,
yeah.
but then one of them doesn't fully die.
Oh.
So one of the guys walk up with a big hammer and just
Oh,
crush his head.
jeez,
Oh
yeah.
But it
my
doesn't take one hit.
gosh.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, so you're literally just seeing this dude just
oh
go at it, and you're just
Yeah.
like, wow.
It's sort of that
I
like
really did watch that.
that like level of like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That, like
Yeah.
like different horror films like rely on different stuffs, which is why subgenres are a thing. Which we'll get into that maybe.
Yeah.
But
if we have
I
time.
Yeah, if we have time.
But I
I think-
think
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Continue.
well, I was gonna say I think it's sort of the whole because that was done by A24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A24 is nuts.
And
Oh,
they
they're
Which
do
so good.
they
I
do
didn't know
with that
They're
director.
yeah
crazy.
they
like,
do a lot of psychological
Mhm.
Yeah, they
things.
do.
They don't
Yeah.
really do horror, but they do more like things that mess with your mind.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The Lighthouse, like
Oh, I wanted to see
Yeah.
that so
that
bad.
was
gosh.
amazing. I loved The Lighthouse.
Yeah, you were talking about that last
like
week.
it was all in black and white. It's such a good movie.
That was
Oh,
movie I was
love
telling you
that.
about, the
Yes,
Lighthouse.
yes, that's right.
I was just
oh
like,
my
damn, I've been trying to
gosh.
see this
and
movie.
it,
She's like, oh, I need to
every
see this
shot
movie.
you see has like it's just like almost perfect like in every shot. Like I don't know
Everything-
like what they were doing,
Yeah.
but
Everything I've seen
crazy.
for that movie, the shadow work that they do for that looks crazy good. Like,
Yeah.
I just think that's super cool, and that's something that people don't do enough. Like, you can just do so much with shadows,
Mhm.
and especially with black and white, I think that is what really set the movie apart from, like, or at least that made me want to see it more.
yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know. Lost my train of thought.
Well, since we were like kind of touching on it, I will bring up that like horror has like a ton of subgenres.
Yeah.
And a lot of horror, it's hard to talk about horror because there's so many different kinds. Like we were just talking about psychological horror, which is one of the big ones, which
Yeah.
doesn't leave you scared in the theater. It more leaves you creeped out and messed up in the head afterwards.
What's your favorite kind of horror, if you don't mind me asking? Or you
For
guys?
me,
Like,
I
favorite kind of
I think I would
genre?
have to go with psychological, just because that's the only one that really scares me. Like slasher type horror or horror that's just like jump scares or whatever. I just find funny.
Yeah.
Like I'll be in the theater laughing, and people will be like, "It's so scary." I'm like, "I saw this coming like 2 minutes ago."
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
this isn't scary.
Yeah, no, being a filmmate or working in films really ruins movies for
Yeah.
me sometimes. Like, I'll sit and talk to my dad or watch a movie, and I'll be like, yeah, definitely this guy did it. Or, like, we watched Murder on the Oriental Express.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys
Don't
saw
tell me!
that.
Don't tell me!
Okay.
Don't spoil
Yeah.
it!
So I figured
That's a
out
good-
who, I
that's a good
figured out
film.
who it was,
Yeah.
and then he was just like, no, it wasn't in the movie, and he was just like, yeah, you knew, and I was like,
Yeah, you
like,
knew.
I just knew it just by looking at the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
No.
it's this.
Wow.
I've done the same exact
Oh,
thing.
sorry.
I can't remember what the movie was because we did not even end up watching it. It was like some movie about. It was like all these people locked in an elevator.
Devil.
I think yes.
Yeah, one of them's the devil. Yeah,
And
yeah.
we started watching it, and they all get in the elevator, and I was like, "The grandma's the devil." And my friend hit the pause button and goes, "We're not watching this anymore."
Oh my gosh!
You're just
That's
like, movie
hysterical.
ruined.
Movie done.
So funny. Oh my god.
I was just like, it has to be like it's.
Why else
classic
would an old
movie.
lady be there?
Yeah, like, right? That old
Like all these
lady's
rogue
only there
reasons.
for one reason: to kill.
Oh my gosh.
What's your guys' favorite genre or subgenre?
Oddly enough, I'm really into like grotesque type of horror, but at
Mhm.
the same time, like, I'm not the type of person that would like see someone like get into a car crash. I'm saying like if someone wants like if a demon's tearing someone apart, like, that's a movie. I'd
You're
watch.
there.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
there.
like, yo, this is cool. What demons? Not even. But like, also cosmic horror, like existential type stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that really makes
That
you
stuff
sit
is
and you're
good.
like, oh
yeah.
my god.
And anything that like
Yeah.
makes you walk away from the theater being like, what am I? Or,
Yeah.
like,
Oh my
what is
gosh.
going on?
Anything that makes you question humanity.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys
That
saw
stuff is
Devilman
good.
Crybaby.
Oh,
on Netflix.
don't bring that up.
The
don't
ending
bring,
to that
Don't bring that up. Dude.
I sat there. I was like,
Oh.
"Wow, humans are disgustingly
Yeah,
terrible."
don't. Oh,
Oh
no,
my
I can't
gosh.
think of
Get
that.
him to that. That's an
No,
anime
don't
too,
do it.
but,
Don't
like,
do that.
Don't
I'll
Don't
listen to you
don't do
guys
that to
on this
yourself.
one.
It's so. It's.
That's probably my
Oh.
favorite anime of all time. What do you mean?
It's no, I know it's
It's
so
so much,
it's so
though.
good. It's incredible, but like, oh my god, that's a show I just don't want to watch again because it's so.
I've watched it 8 times. I don't care. Like that show, 10 episodes of pure craziness.
Yeah, no, it's. ugh.
So, I would definitely have to agree with psychological. I also would say atmospheric
Mm,
Um,
that's
a good
good
one.
too.
and like gothic horror.
Oh yeah.
Like the classic, like Victorian, like haunted houses,
Mhm.
and
Have you seen? Haunting of Hill House.
oh, the original. I saw the original,
Oh,
but not the new
ah,
series.
okay.
Have you guys seen the original one
I've
from like
never seen it.
1960?
I have not seen the
or something?
original. No.
Guys, watch it. You're missing out. Are
She's
you
like, I'm
kidding?
disappointed.
I am. Guys, the original that's actually one of the films I was gonna bring up in
Mm.
like one of my favorite horror films. Well, okay. Well, predecessor. I don't have favorites, but I have films that I like very much. That's one of them.
Okay.
And it's just so good. Like, talk about the story. I don't know. It's something about the story. And I don't know if it's the most complex, but, like, I don't know. Something really hits me.
Yeah.
And I really, really like the story. It's done really well. It focuses a lot on, I don't know if I would call it insanity, but just, like, being...
Paranoia.
Like, paranoia.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's
Anxiety?
so good. I don't know. You guys have to watch it. It's very good, black and white. Really well done. Characters. The characters they like stand alone for
Yeah.
themselves. They're
Yeah.
very good. Have you guys seen? Speaking of like the atmospheric horror and things like that, have you guys seen Abattoir? It came out in 2015.
Abattoir or
Yeah.
Avatar?
Abattoir. Abattoir.
I was like,
It's
yo,
a
I can't wait
French
for that
word.
movie.
Yeah.
No.
Been waiting about what 8 years?
so long.
No, Abattoir. It came out in 2015.
Okay.
I've not seen it.
I have
no.
not seen
Okay, that's one of the more off the beaten path ones. I think it was like, I don't know if it ever went into theaters in America, but it is very, very good. It's in my opinion, the pinnacle of haunted house films modern day. So good. Very makes you think a little bit, but like not so much, but it's just
It's enough to mess you up.
just
Maybe.
a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's very culty, very
Oh, it's always fun.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Good.
culty, very very artful. Very artful. Oh my gosh, the cinematography is beautiful. It's just the feeling you get is like nothing else. So good.
Oh, it's a good shit.
Yeah, no, the TV moves a little bit. It's so good.
But,
That does sound good.
That sounds great.
Like anything that like makes you think. I love that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
yo,
Like,
I'm sorry. She threw a movie out there. You guys should give a watch. I just wanted to throw another movie out. Just thought about it right now. Suspense movie, The Green Room. You guys should give it a watch.
Green
Has
Room.
Anton Yelkovich in it. I'm pretty Sure.
Yelkovich.
I'm pretty sure that's the guy.
That's the guy.
I think I've heard of that.
I think I have two actually, but
The Green Room.
When did
pretty
it come
good.
out?
2017.
What's it
I wanna say.
about?
It's about this band. It's a suspense thriller,
Mhm.
but it is pretty like intense.
Mhm.
It's about this band can't get any gigs anywhere, so they're like, all right.
I did hear about
Yeah,
this.
they can't get any gigs anywhere, so they end up going talking to this guy's cousin.
Mhm.
They get them a gig at this bar. Little do they know it's a white supremacist bar.
Oh.
And while they're there, they end up going to their green room. A green room is where you go before like you go up for a show or before you start filming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically when they go in there, there's already people there, and
Yeah.
they see something happen,
Yeah.
and well, they get locked in their own green room
Yeah.
with all these like
Crazy.
neo-Nazis
Yeah.
trying to like
Yeah.
get them out. But at the same time,
Wow.
they saw something they shouldn't see. So it's like a battle between them and the neo-Nazis for their life
Yeah.
and how they're gonna get out. Super good. Highly recommend. It just made me sit and think. And we were talking about movies that did that, so I just want to recommend that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put my head in the guillotine here, and I'm gonna just say I hate horror movies.
No
You know what?
way!
No,
mean-
no,
horror movies aren't for everybody.
no,
horror
that's-
movies are
yeah.
not for everybody.
Now-
I mean, like,
I'm curious because everyone has a different reason.
But why?
Everyone that I've talked
So-
to. So what's your reason?
there are a few reasons. I will say, like, there are some good classic horror movies and some good like psychological movies, but
Shining.
Shining,
Shining's
good
great.
movie.
Psycho?
Love
Yeah.
Psycho.
Oh,
Psycho.
Psycho! Oh my
Exorcist.
All right,
Haven't
so
seen The
there's
Exorcist yet.
here's my 3 reasons.
gosh. Okay.
One thing, I cannot do ghosts. I just
What?
ghosts are like hauntings, anything sort of like that.
You spooky.
Possessed dolls,
That is one of my biggest fears.
I cannot
They're
do
gonna be
it.
like, it's one of my favorite movies. I was gonna be like, why?
Scary to me.
Of all
that
things.
that's just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is I do see that most horror movies, especially nowadays at least, are just there to like try to scare you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And they
what
don't,
I don't like.
they don't
A lot
really have
are.
like a good story to them or
Yeah.
like good characters. Like it's usually
Yeah.
like, what do we do? I mean, there was 8 other logical options, but yeah, go into the shed, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
One
I
thing that
There's a lot of
totally
trash
agree,
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot
You
of
have
trash.
to really sift through to find the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need
But-
to watch a movie where everyone dies at the end. Seriously, that's what I had to do. I sat and I watched a
Rogue
horror
One?
movie where I watch a horror movie where like the killer wins, and you sit and you think about it, and you're like, okay, and you get hip to horror movies more. That's what I had to do,
Okay.
and I don't know, you understand it better.
The other thing I don't really like is when they go in for like all the gore and all the jump scares they can.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember watching one thing where you literally watch a girl get sawed in half, and I was like, this is just like...
Was that one of the Saw movies?
What is that?
No,
Saw?
it wasn't even.
I was asking.
It wasn't even one
Sawed
of the
in
Saw
half.
movies.
Yeah.
It was like
Or was
like
it the
because like I
Raven?
actually liked the first Saw movie, but like past
The first
that
Saw
it started
movie-
getting overdone.
Yeah, the first Saw movie is
Yeah.
pretty decent, to be
But
fair.
it was something about like some mime chasing these two girls.
That
It was
sounds awful.
Well, you know,
it's really weird.
I wonder if you're just
But,
thinking
like-
of bad ones.
I think you
Yeah,
are.
maybe
That
I've
doesn't
only
sound
seen
great.
bad horror movies.
I
I don't
know.
know.
Or
No,
at least,
because
like-
I've seen like good classic horror movies,
Yeah.
and I've
Modern
seen
day
like
horror
a
movie,
few
yeah.
like
We've seen
here,
bad
like
horror
The Quiet
movies.
Place.
Yeah.
The loudest place.
The
The
Loudest
Loudest
Place.
Place.
Yes, that was my favorite movie. So like I've seen a few good ones, but like I don't know. I never really liked
Have
them.
you seen Sinister?
I could
I think
talk for
I've-
days about
I've
it.
seen
Sinister's so
a-
good. It's
I might not have seen it actually. Now that I think about it.
to
It's
me, I'd
more
say
of a crime story.
it's a crime. I'd say it has a little
Yeah.
bit of everything for horror movies because I would say it's got demons, cops, death, films, and really anything. That you
Yeah,
can-
it's a lot
and
about film,
psychological
yeah.
and psychological horror.
See, I
Yeah.
think
Is
it a film?
psychological is
Yeah, you've
good
never seen
because
Sinister
Yeah,
before?
I should watch it.
if you do
Yeah, I've never seen it.
psychological,
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
It sounds good.
Oh, and Ethan Hawke's in it. Actor. I don't know.
Oh,
dude.
okay.
I sort of know him, but I think with psychological, I think those are sometimes better because like with psychological, you go a lot more into your characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I like that a lot better, too.
you're able to like either connect with them more or like see what they're going through, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's a bit better for me.
Yeah.
I have one for you. It's honestly, it's most, in my opinion, I watched this and I'm like, this is about humans, like, as human beings.
Zootopia.
This is a plug.
No,
You
Zootopia.
It's a plug
Um,
for the Rift, guys. All right.
It's
This
a
is
plug for the
shameless
Rift.
plug. It's about humans.
It's about humans.
Looks right in the camera.
Yeah.
Watch it. Watch
Watch
The
it.
Rift. We'll
Okay.
tell you where to find it
It's
eventually.
coming soon. It's coming soon. Everything's coming soon. Hopefully.
So I have one. It's called, and this was made by Anthony Perkins' son. I told you about
Oh,
this
yeah,
the
you
other
did
day.
tell me about
Yeah,
this.
this was made by Anthony Perkins' son. He plays Norman in Psycho.
Hmm.
And actually, his two sons. One did all the music, and one made the whole story and film and everything. It's called The Black Coat's Daughter, and it started, I guess, as like an Amazon Prime. Like, it's on the Amazon Prime, but it's not like a Prime original.
Yeah.
It's just that's where it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's on Netflix, I
Oh,
think.
Okay.
But
like some indie company, maybe.
kind of, it was basically an independent film by him, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Oz Perkins.
Mm.
And the film is about two girls that are in a Catholic boarding school, and they're stuck there over the winter break. And I don't even want to say anything more because it's just, oh my gosh, the story is very good.
Hmm.
That-
Do you know
Oh!
who's in it?
Yeah, what's her name? Kiernan Shipka is in it.
Kiernan
I know she's
Shipka.
getting bigger.
Is she the one
She
that
was in Sabrina, the teenage witch.
Oh,
She plays
okay.
her. Yeah, so
Okay.
she stars in it. This was before the Sabrina series.
Oh,
She did
oh.
this.
Wow.
Well,
Oh,
before you're talking about the new Sabrina series,
yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
New Sabrina. That's pretty good. I won't lie.
what's her name? That's in American
need to
Horror
get into
Story. She's in American Horror Story, and I want to say Emma
M.
Emma
Night
Stone?
Shyamalan.
Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts. Emma
Emma
Roberts.
Roberts. Emma Roberts. Okay.
She's in it.
Yeah.
Fantastic performance by her as always.
Stop,
Oh my
stop.
gosh. So good though. Like, I don't even want to say anything more. It's
The best Emma
Very
is
good.
Emma Watson, though. Can we
Emma
all
Watson's
agree?
pretty cool.
She is
She's
good.
actually, she's like a world ambassador.
Yeah, actually, wait, she
like
is,
does a
isn't
lot
she?
for women's rights and like,
Like
world
Yeah.
hunger.
she's done like a lot,
Real
like
MVP,
outside
Emma
of
Watson.
movies, but she's
Really
still like
has.
doing movies, and she's like, I'm here, like
I'm here.
I can do a bit of both.
Yeah.
Welcome to Emma Talk.
Yeah,
Oh
We're
my
talk
God.
talk about all the different Emmas.
All the different Emmas.
Um,
We got Emma Snow,
Yeah.
Emma
yeah.
Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
She's doing stuff. Maybe.
You got
Maybe.
Zombieland 2 came out not too
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
ago.
We
what was
talked
that?
about that at some point.
Double
I
Tap?
think.
um.
I heard it was okay.
Yeah,
I heard
I
it was
want to
pretty
watch
good.
it.
I heard it
I
was,
want,
like,
no,
just as
because
good
we
as the
looked and
first.
it got like a 97.
Yeah,
on
apparently it
Rotten
got really good
Tomatoes.
reviews, but I heard
Oh
it was
my
bad,
gosh.
so it was like weird. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It was
I wanna
probably
watch
the
it.
critics liked it, but the people felt it was like the same thing over again.
Or the other way around.
Yeah,
People
we-
liked it, but the
that's
critics
true.
didn't.
Yeah,
We
everyone,
didn't
That's usually
really
the
like-
case.
everyone that
Yeah.
I've seen that has seen it, they said it was just as good as the first one,
Really?
if not even better. 'cause
Really?
they had more characters.
I'm gonna have to
I
watch
need.
it.
Yeah,
Now.
Yeah,
now I
same.
want to watch Zombieland and Zombieland 2.
Well,
Now,
'cause
is
think
that
about
the
it,
musical?
Zombieland
That's the
2 and
musical one,
Arden.
right? Or is it not?
What?
Do you guys remember
Musical?
that like zombie apocalypse musical that came out at some point?
What?
But like it's a movie.
Pride,
I-
Prejudice, and Zombies.
No,
Oh.
it was like it was.
Abraham
it
Lincoln
was
Vampire
like a
Slayer.
comedy.
Oh, come on.
It was like a
he
comedy.
just breaks out into song.
It was like a comedy, but it was horror, and it was a zombie film, but it was a musical.
The Walking Dead.
No, no, no. I'm telling you,
I'm gonna
it's a
keep it
thing.
real with you.
I mean,
the
the
only thing I
Walking
can think
Dead-
of is Warm Bodies, and even then, that's
No,
not a musical.
it
That
was-
was a pretty good movie.
That was a
though.
Wait
good
a
movie.
minute,
That
now
was
I
a good
need-
one.
Talking about The Walking Dead.
Especially how we got his
Who
humanity
was
back.
Yeah.
I need to find this.
who
now.
was
I
that
know
girl
it's
in
a
The
thing.
Walking Dead that? All right, sorry, I'm going to a very specific episode in The Walking Dead
It's
right now.
It's alright. We only got
But
7 minutes.
we
She
only
has
got
a
some.
sword.
We only
It's
got-
Michonne.
Is it, no,
Yeah, it's Michonne.
it's the blonde girl with the guitar, and she sings "Parting Glass."
Isn't that the girl from Last of Us? Oh, I don't know if you saw the trailer for Last of Us 2. She's sitting playing a guitar.
Oh.
But
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Something
Let's-
Kinley or something.
Kinley?
No, that's like the actor's
Kate
name.
McKinley?
I
don't know, I just
let's
threw out a
talk
name.
about. We kind of already talked about like thriller and horror and how they're similar but different at the
What?
same
I
time.
need to look
Yeah.
at this.
Oh, okay. Here.
What is your
Um,
favorite movie of all time? If you were to show anyone any movie to be like, this is
This is Pinnacle.
like, what inspired you to become what you are
I have two.
today?
You
Yeah,
go.
by
You
all
go.
All right. Well, technically,
Sorry
the
if I
one-
flipped
the
that.
one
No,
that
no,
like
no, it's fine. It's fine. I think the only other thing we had to talk about was like the original Twilight Zone,
Oh, right.
and we can maybe touch on that. We only have 5 minutes, so.
This is great, guys.
Thank you.
my
Progress.
my like the one that
Inspiration.
probably pushed me more into film was Baby Driver.
Yeah,
Oh.
big,
That
big,
was
big, big, big,
actually
big.
That's a
amazing.
sound film.
Anything by
Like,
that
whole
director.
movie is so
Yeah.
good.
You're gonna like mine because it's the same director.
Literally just how the music's like, cause they chose all the music before they even had like most of the script done,
Yeah.
and like they set everything to the music. So I think that
Yeah.
made like it perfect.
Absolute genius.
The
yeah.
bell
yeah.
bottom scene.
Oh my
Yeah.
is
God.
so good.
Yeah.
If you've looked even at the like deleted scenes, like there are 2 or 3 deleted
Yeah.
songs and they're still good.
Oh my god.
I have the vinyl
Um,
for that.
Oh,
the
dude.
The vinyl is so cool.
Really?
It's literally just all like 70s to like early
Yeah.
90s music.
Yeah.
And I just bump.
And then the other, which I've actually only seen very recently, which I wish I saw like sooner, but The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Good movie. Better
Like
book.
it wasn't like it wasn't like anything like Baby Driver, but it was just like
Coming
much
of age.
slower, and it was like, yeah, nice coming of age movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt like they reached topics most coming of age movies sort of tend to like stay away from,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to check it out.
If you really
Yeah.
like the movie, I highly recommend the book if you enjoy reading.
Yeah, I heard the book, like it came from the book, and I was like, I kind of want to read it now.
It's not long. It's only like, I want to say like maybe 200 pages.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
I could get
it's-
down that.
No, no,
I'm
no,
so
no, no.
sorry
It's,
that I
it is
keep
fine.
tapping you.
We're in a very small room. It's fine.
But,
it is fine.
Guys, I'm gonna need you to stop playing footsies.
Why? Do you want me to play footsies with you, bro?
Yeah.
You feeling left out?
Yeah, I am actually.
But okay. So, Baby Driver, Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know if I have one that inspired me to like sort of get into this, but I do have a film that I have watched. I can confidently say 15 times in my life, which is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh, that
that's
was
mine.
really good.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was literally gonna say Scott
That was
Pilgrim and then
actually-
Spotlight. Were
Yeah,
my two.
yeah.
One thing
Same
about
director as Baby Driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one great thing about Scott Pilgrim was that they like if you look at the comic,
Oh,
they
it's- yeah.
literally
Yeah.
It's
take,
identical.
like
Yeah.
Scene
identical
for scene.
scene.
Yeah.
It's
Have you seen
so
Scott Pilgrim?
good.
No.
You
Like,
have to.
You
Yeah,
can
you gotta
you
watch
can
Scott
pick
Pilgrim.
up a book and like watch the movie and flip through the book and see different
Yeah.
shots go by.
Yes, it is fantastic.
It's so
incredible.
accurate, and it's like they encompassed it all in one movie when it's across like 7 or 8 books. Yeah.
like-
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It's so good.
You-
Like I will say
That's
there are
crazy.
parts that
I
are
know.
left out, which I wish
It makes
weren't.
sense though. Yeah.
But like, and some things were changed, especially towards the end.
But if it's like you have to for movie.
Yeah.
yeah, for movie purposes.
And like, yeah.
But like, there are like a lot of it is like just shot from shot.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. You should watch it.
Yeah.
I've seen it 15 times. You don't want to watch it with me because if I watch it, I can recite it.
I
Like,
actually-
I
Oh
know
my
I know like
gosh!
line by line. Yeah, I know like line by line. It is bad.
I
movie's
actually
so
have
good.
one, or technically not one other. It's like 2 trilogies, or almost 2 trilogies. But the Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park's so good.
I
deny
can't
that.
wait for the new movie to come out.
When's
Like,
it supposed to drop?
I don't think it's till like 2022 or 2021.
Oh, that's
but,
pretty
like-
good though. That,
Yeah,
that could be
that's-
next
yeah.
year. or the
Yeah,
yeah,
year
that's pretty
after,
close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
all
more
things
than-
considered.
That's more than
Yeah.
like the Obi-Wan series.
True.
Right
Yeah,
now.
which is like who knows?
It's on hold.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, who knows?
It's
And they
Definitely.
no, but they just dropped a trailer for it. The Kenobi.
I didn't see the trailer for that.
Yeah, like I
but-
saw something drop like a day or 2 ago. Here, wait, let me
Jeez.
check. I
'Cause-
might be wrong.
Because what they said was Ewan McGregor even said he was just like, yeah, we have the script, we need to work on the script, but the show is just on hold for now. But we're
It's-
keeping the release date the same because we don't think we're gonna like miss out.
It really sucks because he's so like put me on there.
Yeah.
Like I want to do this.
He's like, "For the fans."
And they're like maybe, and he's like, let me do it. Like he wants to do it so bad.
He's like,
so-
I'm already Obi-Wan.
Yeah, yeah,
It's hard.
yeah. So
I don't know. I can't.
They need to have
remember.
Maul show up.
Huh?
That they need to have Maul show up
Oh,
at some
yes.
point. If he doesn't show up, I'm gonna be tight. Mandalorian Maul.
Yeah, yeah. Well, going off that, what about films that inspired you to? Since you don't have like a favorite film or you don't pick favorites, then maybe
Yeah.
this can kind of be sort of like that. Is there any
Yeah.
film that inspired you to?
There actually, this film came out I think in 2014, and by that point I had already started writing, a little bit. That was I think like my first year that I was really getting into writing and things like that. But
Mhm.
this film was the first film that I had ever seen that actually got into like when you lose a friend, like when
Right.
your friend dies,
Mhm.
what happens.
Mhm.
It was actually Ouija. Do you guys remember that movie?
Ouija?
Yeah, just called Ouija, and it was by Blumhouse or something like that.
Oh,
It
okay.
was
It sounds familiar.
yeah,
I-
and
It sounds familiar.
I
It
think I've
was-
seen it, but I definitely.
it was like a sleeper
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
box office, and it was the first film that I had ever seen. Like they really, the whole premise is this girl's best friend dies, and you see everyone mourning and going to the funeral and everything. Are we pressed for time?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got
We have
like
20
20
seconds.
seconds.
We have 20 seconds. What's
Like,
yours?
let's-
Oh, you gotta be quick.
Spotlight, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and then probably first movie that ever really hit me like a lot was Shawshank Redemption. First time I ever watched that,
That's
made me actually understand that movies can be serious. Scott Pilgrim was what I want my movies to be, and then Spotlight actually made me realize to be serious as a director.
Michael, Jesse, Chris, Renee.
This